Penguin finale was phenomenal. I just got done watching it, and I did film a reaction, and there was going to be a reaction video, but halfway through the reaction, I realized that I actually was not filming, and my camera was not working, so no reaction. Instead, I'm doing this video, where I'm going to talk about the finale, but also what I think the story of the Batman Part 2 and 3 will be. Now, first off, spoilers. Like, if you have not watched the finale, what are you doing, bro? Why are you watching Batman videos and you haven't watched the finale? Go watch the finale. It is amazing. So yeah, spoilers ahead. Alright, let's get into it. Bro, justice for Vic. I really thought Vic was going to survive. Like, I was hoping for it. And after everything resolved, and it seemed like we were at the end, I was like, okay, Vic's doing well. And we had one of the final scenes between Oz and Vic at the end of the episode. And it seems like they're family now. But then Oz kills him, and it made total sense. Oz does not want a weakness. He can't have family. He can't have someone he cares about. Even though I kind of thought Vic would die, I didn't expect it would go down that way. Now, Sophia, that was the next big twist. She didn't die. And guys, I thought she was going to leave Gotham, go to Bloodhaven, run into Selina Kyle, Catwoman, because they're half-sisters, and that was the direction they would go. But instead, Oz, and mostly Vic, honestly, got the jump on her, because Oz, being a man of the people, saw that there was all these assistants under these gang leaders that wanted their chance. They've been overlooked for too long, and now is their time to shine. And guys, Chow, the one guy, the triad leader, I hope I pronounced his name right, when he said,
"Will you end things here, or drop him over the Atlantic? See if the penguin can fly."
When he said that, I was like, great line, but also I had like an eerie feeling that something was going to happen, and then he got shot, killed, like dead. And then Sophia and Oz, they drove on over together, and just the callback to Oz being Sophia's driver was phenomenal, dude. Such good writing. And then instead of Oz killing Sophia, doing the thing that we all expect, the show subverted expectations again. This entire finale kept subverting expectations. Sophia was taken in by Sebastian Haiti, the officials, the cops, and now Sebastian Haiti, a very corrupt official, is working with Oz, and he is going to try to take down the mayor. He is going to try to add more corruption into Gotham, and Oz, well, he wins big. Now he has a penthouse at the top of Gotham. He gave his mom what she wanted. He gave Frances her dream. And Frances, she's in a vegetable state. And guys, that one scene where Frances and Oz were in captivity by Sophia, and Frances got up and stabbed him, and then she saw like the ghost of Jack and Benny, the brothers of Oz, the ones that he killed. That was so dark. There is such vivid and dark imagery in this finale. And yeah, Frances, she technically got what she wanted. And then Oz, he has everything now. He has connections everywhere. He's the king of Gotham. And he really is formidable now. Formidable enough to go up against the Batman. That final scene where Oz is in the penthouse and he's dancing with the one girl who is dressed in Frances's dress, that was so disturbing, bro. I was like, ew. Like, I was like, what the heck? And then it zooms out and shows Oz, king of Gotham, but then the bat signal finally goes on. Like, bro, the Falcone family died. There was a big collapse in Gotham on the streets. Like, there's been enough things to get the Batman's attention, and finally the bat signal is up because corruption is at its highest, and Penguin is the most formidable he will ever be. But where is the Batman? Why is he missing? I think Matt Reeves has to give us a reason at the beginning of the Batman Part 2, and then we'll see the Batman go up against Colin Farrell's Penguin, because I saw a report that Colin Farrell said that he has a few scenes at the beginning of the Batman Part 2. The Penguin is the entry point of the next movie, and even better, the Penguin will be in the Batman Part 3. But yeah, guys, before we get into what I think Part 2 and 3 will be, I just want to say this show was so good, man. I enjoyed it a lot. Colin Farrell, Kristen Milioti, they killed it. Like, best acting in a show all year. Like, this is the show of the year. If you haven't been watching, or you have a friend who hasn't been watching, get them on it. I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on this show. I know it's been doing pretty good viewer-wise, but it could do better. Like, this type of show deserves all the praise and all the attention. I never thought I'd be saying that about a Penguin show, but here we are. Matt Reeves and all the people involved in the show, they delivered, and I am hyped for the Batman Part 2, Part 3, and all the spin-offs. But yeah, guys, let's get to it. The Batman Part 2. I think the main villain will be Hush and the Court of Owls. Now, I think Hush will be Tommy Elliott, and Matt Reeves said that the villain of the next movie, there was a lot of like Easter eggs and references to that villain, basically foreshadowing that villain in the first Batman movie. And recently, there's been a lot of people posting all around, finding images relating to Tommy Elliott, Hush, in the first Batman movie. So I'm pretty sure Hush will have like a rivalry to Robert Pattinson's The Batman, and I know Hush, a lot of people are not as excited. I don't blame you, because Hush is actually not really an interesting villain. Batman Hush is an awesome storyline because of all the other villains, not Hush himself. And Hush was made a little more interesting in Paul Dini's Batman Heart of Hush storyline, but I think involving Hush with the Court of Owls, doing some kind of combination would be interesting. I trust Matt Reeves to find some way to combine the Court of Owls and Hush, like interconnect their storylines and have them go up against Batman. That could be really cool, man. There's a lot of potential. But how does the Court of Owls factor in? Well, corruption is at its highest, and I think Sebastian Haiti, the guy who made a deal with Oz in this finale, will go to the Court of Owls, get involved. We'll see that the Court of Owls have been deep in the depths of Gotham all these years, and we'll find out that Thomas Wayne and Martha maybe were involved. And we'll probably learn more about Martha's time in Arkham Asylum. That should be interesting. I think they'll save most of that for Part 3, and then Part 2 will be more about Bruce's parents, how they were involved in the Court of Owls, and how they did Tommy Elliott, the Elliott family, wrong. And as for where the Batman is, I think Robert Pattinson's Batman, after the events of the first movie, he goes searching more into the past of his parents, trying to find out what's actually going on, what corruption is deep within Gotham. And I think in the very first act of the Batman Part 2, he will find the labyrinth of the Court of Owls, and he'll be stuck in that labyrinth for like a whole month. It's like a week in the comics, but to make it even more high stakes and really make sense of why he's been gone this entire Penguin show, he'll be stuck in the labyrinth, fight against the Talon, and then he'll make it out barely, and then we'll have Hush involved, so then Batman will be at his lowest, tired, and he'll have the Penguin and Hush to deal with. And having the labyrinth be like the starter will basically set up the Court of Owls to be heavily involved in the Batman Part 3. And I think we'll have like the Court of Owls release the Talons, you know, we'll have the Night of the Owls storyline in the Batman Part 3, and at the end of the Batman Part 3, or maybe in like the middle, we'll have the Joker involved. Barry Keoghan's Joker will be released. He'll get out of Arkham Asylum and unleash an ultimate amount of chaos. Really like shake up the battle between Batman and the Court of Owls. So yeah, guys, Batman Part 2, Batman and Hush rivalry, Batman Part 3, Batman versus Court of Owls and Joker, and maybe Riddler, because I think a spin-off will be about Joker and Riddler in Arkham Asylum trying to get out, and that spin-off will end with them unleashed on Gotham City. Imagine Riddler and Joker in the Batman Part 3 teaming up. Like, that'd be so dope, man. And yeah, I know that Arkham Asylum spin-off was canceled, but I heard it was being reworked into something else, and I think a Joker and Riddler team-up show is exactly what they're trying to go for. And to make it even more interesting, I hope they do this, bro. This would be so cool. I know Arkham Asylum right now has a doctor, and I kind of hope they swap the current doctor for a new doctor. Dr. Jonathan Crane. You know how dope it would be if we had a spin-off show where it's about Joker and Riddler teaming up against Jonathan Crane's Scarecrow, all in Arkham Asylum. That show would be chaotic and so much fun, man. That would be so awesome, exciting. Like, dude, Joker and the Riddler against Scarecrow? Like, that's one thing that I kind of want to see with these villain shows. Have these villain shows be like rivalries. Like now we had Penguin versus Sophia in this show. That's what made it so interesting and got me invested. So to have other spin-off villain shows where it's like villain versus villain, that makes it so much fun. Because if you're not gonna have villain versus Batman, I still think you need some kind of conflict and rivalry. So yeah, that spin-off show I want to happen. Now another spin-off show I want, and I think they're actually going to do it, going off this Penguin finale, is a Catwoman show set in Bloodhaven where Selina Kyle is getting to know her half-sister, Sophia. Because the Penguin ended with Sophia finding out about Selina Kyle. Selina, she reached out, and yeah, we're going to see Selina and Sophia team up at some point. Maybe in the Batman Part 2, but I think it would be really cool if they meet each other in a Catwoman show, and it sets up for them to be more involved in the Batman Part 3. Now, last thing, for some other spin-offs besides Catwoman and the Arkham show with Joker, Riddler, and maybe Scarecrow, I think we might get a Harvey Dent Two-Face show. That's been talked about a lot, like a courtroom drama, and I would watch that, but I'm not as excited for that. Now, if they make the show like a Two-Face versus Penguin show, and maybe Oz is the person that throws acid in Harvey Dent's face, causing him to become Two-Face, that'd be cool. Because remember, Sal Maroni is the guy that throws acid in Harvey's face, but Sal's dead, so maybe replace Sal's position with Penguin. That could be cool. So yeah, Harvey Dent, Two-Face show, Catwoman show, Arkham show, some other shows, I don't know, maybe a Scarecrow show, but this universe is very grounded, so it kinda does limit where Matt Reeves could go, but we'll see. I'm invested. I trust Matt Reeves and everyone involved in this The Batman universe. And yeah, guys, what do you think about my theories for The Batman Part 2 and 3 and all the spin-offs? Tell me your thoughts down below, DC Nation. How excited are you for The Batman Part 2? I'm hyped, man. My hype level is like at a 9 or 10 because I love The Batman, I love this universe, and I can't wait to maybe see the Court of Owls and maybe a different, more interesting version of Hush. There's so much potential, man. But yeah, guys, that's going to wrap up my thoughts on the Penguin and the Batman universe for now. If you want more videos about this universe, let me know. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching and peace out.